There are still realms within the human body that are not fully understood. In a way, they are like a universe, because in them, countless mysteries still remain. But in recent years, a new clue for solving these remaining mysteries has been discovered. That clue lies in intestinal bacteria, the microorganisms that live in our intestines. Amazingly, there are approximately 1,000 species and over 100 trillion bacteria living in our intestines. The meals we eat every day actually become the food for bacteria that live in our intestines. The food we eat travels from the mouth to the stomach through the esophagus and is finally broken down by the digestive enzymes such as acidic gastric juices and pepsin. The broken down food passes through the duodenum and arrives at the small intestine and the large intestine. And this is the main habitat of intestinal bacteria. On the surface of the intestines are fine, countless folds, which are covered with a layer of mucus. Many of the intestinal bacteria live in this mucus layer. The size of one intestinal bacterium is about 1,000th of a millimeter. About 1,000 species and over 100 trillion of these small bacteria are said to live in our intestines. The bacteria are too small to be seen by the human eye, but when seen through a microscope, their clusters do seem to resemble flowers blooming in a garden. Dr. Shigeru Kamiya, professor at Kyorin University, has studied intestinal bacteria for many years. So we asked him to tell us about the bacteria that make up gut microbiota.
A tremendous amount of bacteria exist in our intestinal tract. You can divide these into three basic groups, the first being beneficial bacteria. The second is harmful bacteria, the exact opposite of the first. The third is opportunistic bacteria, an intermediate existence of the first two.
The first group is the beneficial bacteria, which are known as good bacteria. These include lactic acid bacteria and bifidobacteria.
Beneficial bacteria create organic acid, such as lactic acid, acetic acid, or butyric acid.
Organic acid is a vital source of energy for our bodies. It also has a positive impact on our body, including suppressing pathogens by emitting antimicrobial substances and stimulating peristalsis of the intestines to promote digestion and absorption. Next is the harmful bacteria, or the so-called bad bacteria. These include Clostridium perfringens, Staphylococcus aureus, and E. coli. These harmful bacteria create toxins that are harmful to our bodies, and by producing enzymes that destroy tissue, they cause severe diarrhea, food poisoning, and infections. The third group is opportunistic bacteria, an example being Bacteroidetes. Depending on the intestinal environment, these opportunistic bacteria can become either beneficial bacteria or harmful bacteria. Usually they are harmless, but when there is an imbalance of the gut microbiota and the body is weakened due to illness, they actively multiply, having a negative effect on our bodies.
We humans and intestinal bacteria form a symbiotic relationship. We provide food and shelter to the intestinal bacteria, and in return, the intestinal bacteria maintain our health and contribute significantly to preventing diseases from developing.